Formed in 1998, the International Extremity Project is a humanitarian program that provides support for humanitarian projects and supplies medical assistance to the people of Vietnam through medical missions to Kanto. In 2012, the team visited Namibia and did a total of 17 successful operations, and this year they are aiming at seeing 40 to 50 patients. Now, with more on this, I'm now joined by founder Dr. Bruce Leonard, as well as Dr. Stanley Kanyemba, who is heading the Namibian team as part of this mission. A very good morning to you, gentlemen, and thank you very much for making time out to join us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks.
It's not very often that we have two doctors on set. I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, if anything happens, then you're going to be okay.
I'm going to be very good.
In good hands.
If anything should happen, it should be right now.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. First and foremost, Dr. Bruce, let's start with you. What inspired you to start this particular project?
So as part of my education, I did a fellowship in Israel, and because I did it outside of the United States, I became interested in international medicine. And part of my core values is, charity is very important. So the pillars of what I do are international medicine, charity, and education. So, putting that all together, it was easy to form a medical mission.
It was easy to form a medical mission. In terms of the mission, initially when you started off, what were some of the aims and objectives? What is it that you wanted to achieve?
Well, the initial aim was to establish an area of need, move into that area, and help educate doctors on correction of deformities through treating people with current deformities.
Well, the target, before Dr. Kanyemba comes in, has been the Vietnamese people. Why are they the Vietnamese people?
That was an area of identified need, and it's almost as if they sought me as I was seeking them. So it kind of melded together.
It kind of melded together. The collaboration, Dr. Kanyemba, with the mission, how did it start in the first place?
Thank you very much. Thank you first to the Tilahun Namundjebo Foundation. I think they are the ones that initially met with Dr. Bruce, and I think that's actually how it started.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit on how you guys met with the Tilahun Foundation.
Sure. So I met Hadith Tilahun in the San Francisco Bay Area, and within a couple of minutes, I think he had a plan of this, but he knew what I did, and he invited me to come to Namibia. And in 2012, we visited and did a exploratory mission to determine need, and there was an excellent melding of the United Africa Group private sector side with the public health sector, which I find to be very outstanding here. And they sponsored and allowed us to form a fabulous medical mission here. So we coming back to continue that.
The mission, Dr. Kanyemba, you also involved as part of the 2012 mission?
Yes, 2012 I was still at school, so I wasn't involved. I only recently finished my studies, so I came back sometime October last year, and I'm lucky to be involved in this mission, and I'm lucky to have them here, so that we can learn a lot about what they do and how we can get involved.
How you can get involved.
Yeah.
As part of the mission, what are some of the primary areas that you look at in terms of the work itself?
Well, the work itself is aimed at correcting lower extremity deformities and allow people who are incapacitated and can't walk to be able to walk, or people who are socially stigmatized by their deformity, and to correct that.
And that you do mainly through giving training to those medical professionals that are already working in the country and in that sector.
Correct, and that's a hands-on training whereby we correct the deformities with the local Namibian doctors so that they can learn to do this themselves.
Well, Dr. Kanyemba, for this time around, what are the targets? So how many people are you planning on helping out, and what's the plan basically?
So we're the Department of Orthopedic Surgery, so the whole program falls under orthopedic surgery, which I'm the acting head of. So this time around, we're lucky to find about 50 patients. But I think, more importantly, I think it's a program that we need to introduce on a continuous basis. And discussions with myself and Dr. Bruce, we said that maybe every 2 years, I think that's sort of a program in which we don't only, because in medicine the learning curve for skills transfer is very steep. So it has to be a continuous program in which we exchange ideas. They show us a few of their techniques, and I think we are very privileged in that, because it closes the gap between what we're trying to achieve as young professionals especially, and them coming in with vast experience. So that coverage is very important, and I think we are very privileged to have them with us. Yeah.
In terms of sustainability, and usually where training or skills transfer is involved, there's of course also another core issue around sustainability and making sure that there is some sort of monitoring and evaluation going on. How do you do that as part of the mission?
Well, there's a lot of feedback from the doctors that we work with throughout the course of the mission for the 2 weeks we're here, but then we also get feedback from them throughout the year as they report back on results, and that's what adds to the learning curve. Because it's simple to do the operations in the end, but it's the follow-up and making sure that everything was done properly is the important part, and that's where we partner with the Namibian doctors.
Well, in terms of the successes that you've had so far, you're looking at 40 to 50 patients this time around. Are there particular areas that you're targeting? Is it rural areas? And is there criteria set out for these patients?
No, these were people that were invited from rural areas and from locally within Windhoek. But to that end, we met with Dr. Haufaku yesterday, who's the Minister of Health, and he wants us to possibly, if we can have time this week or next week, excuse me, to go up to the more northern rural areas to look at where they're trying to build an orthopedic center of excellence.
Dr. Kanyamba, talk to us a little bit about that orthopedic center of excellence and perhaps maybe various needs that looking at from a geopolitical situation.
Various needs. In terms of our patients, we have a large pool of patients. Namibia is also largely rural. So I must thank our rural and regional coordinators, especially for getting patients to us, organizing their population or the groups that they serve. The Center of Excellence, I think, will be established in Rundu. I stand to be corrected. And the aim of that is that we need to decentralize our orthopedic, especially specialist services, because of the need that's in the regions. So I think the minister would elaborate more on that, but as far as also orthopedics is concerned, that's the basic idea, to decentralize a lot of specialist care, especially into the regions where the need is the highest.
Well, in terms of the long-term development, Bruce, not to get too technical also, what is your outlook in terms of the field itself and some of the work that has been happening since you've been in the field for quite some time?
Well, I think the biggest change that will happen with Namibia is the starting of the medical school at UNAM.
Okay.
I attended a couple of lectures yesterday that were given by UNAM students, and I was amazed. I thought they were very high quality, and I thought that the professor who's tutoring them is doing a great job. And through that, I think we're going to see a big advance in Namibian medicine. So I don't think there's going to be a problem with establishing the Center of Excellence and continued care here that is at a very high level.
Okay. Well, Dr. Kanyamba, how soon is the program starting, the project starting, and how long is it going to last?
The current project,
yeah.
we actually started yesterday. Okay. I think they arrived here on Sunday, and we did a pre-screening with our local team before they arrived, and I think they were more than happy to see the caseload, the amount of patients we got, and I think it's going to continue until the 18th of August. And they actually going to be around until the 18th of August. Yep. With that, they will give a few lectures at our medical school.
Oh, wow.
The first lectures will start tomorrow. So for the medical profession out there, if you're interested in learning about clubfoot, you're interested in learning about flat foot and various other foot and ankle conditions, you're more than welcome to come to the lectures presented by Dr. Bruce and the staff that came along with him. I'm also looking forward, especially from the medical side, getting such lectures from a high level actually spreads your understanding of the conditions, looking at how they approach the conditions, and I think it's going to be an interesting day.
It's going to be an interesting day. Well, on that note, thank you very much, gentlemen, for making time out to join us this morning. And we hope that all the operations are successful.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
We have Dr. Bruce Leonard as well as Dr. Stanley Kanyamba, who is heading the Namibian team here, talking to us, of course, about some of the work that the Extremity Project is going to be doing here in the country, and lectures where they're inviting, of course, medical professionals to attend as well. Stay with us. We'll be back after the break.